Hello and welcome to Bill Bush Stadium in Lander, Wyoming. It's actually cooling off a tiny bit, but only because the wind is blowing like a you-know-whaty. It's it's a little windy, but about 3 minutes away from the start of this contest, the Lander Lady Tigers gonna face off against the Worland Lady Warriors. Now, the last time they faced off, the Lander Lady Tigers able to take a win 3-2 in that contest. That was over at Worland High School on their fields, and the last match they played was actually against Pinedale, which was a gaping win from 10-0 or 10-1. Let me double check. That was 10-1, excuse me, according to MaxPreps.com. So thanks for being my my notepad there, MaxPreps. We're going to be starting off this contest here in just a couple minutes. We're going to recognize some of our local sponsors here on WyoToday.com, streaming live on both Facebook and on YouTube. Undoubtedly, this happens to every time I stream on Facebook, but it will most likely bleep out parts that have music in the background. So go to YouTube if you want to see the full broadcast. It also has a little better quality if you're looking to watch on a larger screen. All right, we're gearing up. Back in a sec on WyoToday.com.
ED glass and fully multi-coated lenses, this premium optic produces clear, bright, and tack-sharp images. Experience the full-size B2 7x45, 9x45, and 11x45 binocular and discover what you've been missing.
Lander Labs is here to keep our Wyoming community strong. With the power of true science and innovative testing, Lander Labs can help you navigate COVID-19 in several ways. COVID tests are available to anyone. Travel tests are available and can give you the results same day or in up to 48 hours. If you can't afford a test, Lander Labs received a grant from the Lander Community Foundation offering free testing to those who qualify. After you get your COVID shot, antibody tests can be used to ensure your vaccine is protecting you the way it was intended.
Lander Labs, keeping Wyoming strong.
Attending college at Central Wyoming College's Alpine Science Institute is the perfect place to be during a pandemic. You can live in a cabin and be socially distanced in the beautiful foothills of the Wind River Mountains. The Alpine Science Institute is a multi-use educational and recreational center for degrees in outdoor education, outdoor recreation, environmental science, anthropology, and expedition science. Don't let a pandemic stop you from pursuing a degree that is full of adventure. Go to www.cwc.edu/alpinescience and make your way.
Central Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Lander Valley Soccer. With 3 branches in Fremont County, their mission is to help develop Wyoming communities with Wyoming values. From opening your first checking account to taking out a loan for a new business venture, Central Bank and Trust is your local bank and lender. Central Bank and Trust brings top-of-the-line technologies to their customers with chipped debit cards, mobile deposit, QuickBooks integration for businesses, online bill pay, and more. Central Bank and Trust. It's more than a bank, it's a community. Visit centralbankandtrust.com. Good luck and go Tigers.
When it comes to protecting your family, home, car, or business, you can count on Mountain West Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance Company. You deserve a local agent who is dedicated to helping you with all of your insurance needs. And that's what you'll get with Jake Hunke, your local Farm Bureau agent. Jake Hunke offers the quality products and services you're looking for. Visit his new location at 450 Main Street in Lander or call 307-332-3295 and discover the advantages of working with a local agent. Trust experience. Trust Farm Bureau.
In any sport, athletes face the chance of sustaining an injury. According to the Athletic Training Association, 90% of student athletes reported some sort of sports-related injury. What's more is 54% report playing while injured. For various reasons, sports-related injuries are increasingly leaving our youth at risk of exposure to opioid-based pain medication. Fremont WhenTheGameSlowsDown.com is here to help navigate monitoring medication, social support, and suggestions on what to do when the game slows down. Brought to you by Fremont County Prevention Program. All right, we're playing catch-up here at WyoToday.com with your starting lineups. We have Brenna Argyris as the keeper for the Worland Warriors, and then Ashley Robertson. Kylie Warren is number 3. Number 5, Logan Ewell. We also have number 10, Timberland Crippen. Number 11, Braylon Robertson. Number 12, Paitlin Arlenbaugh. And then we have number 16, Carly Venable. Number 18, Carly Ewell. Number 19, Morgan Wagner. Number 20, Niali Aguelo. And number 22, Jasmine Espinoza. The keeper for Lander today going to be Seneca Kale. We have number 4, Bethany Miller. Number 7, Anna Nielsen. Number 8, Abby Copeland. Number 10, Demi Stauffenberg. Number 12, Mason Morton. Number 13, Annabelle Knockhazel. Number 15, Whitney Hansen. Number 20, Haley Lytle, a senior this year. We'll see senior night here in a little bit. Number 25, Delaney Sullivan. And number 26, Emma Getz. Coach Abilio Montero, I'm sure ready for this game. It was a nicely evened out match, I should say, between these girls last time they met. That was in Worland a little over a week and a half ago. A lot of wind here at the stadium today, so I don't know how much of a crowd mic we're going to end up having, but curious to see if it affects play. Flags are waving pretty darn good. Both teams setting up. Clock will start. Worland the first to make it into the defensive third today. Toss in by Worland. That came from Arlenbaugh. Yep, there goes the field mic. We're going to go ahead and turn that down. Kale coming forward to smother that out. Gets rid of the threat for now from the Worland Warriors. You know, and I think this was the longest period of time that, aside from spring break, that we didn't have a game. I've had a couple a week, and finally we're finding one on a Friday afternoon. It's a gorgeous day today. Wyoming's just flexing its stuff with the wind right at the moment. Kale's going to come to the end of the box, gives it a boot, goes high up in the air, goes to about the 40, where meeting up with it is Arlenbaugh. Good movement by Hansen to the side to Copeland. That'll go out of bounds on the way to Knockhazel. Back in from Espinoza. Giving it a jumping boot out is Abby Copeland. Worland ball. They'll take it from the side with Logan Yule. Toss into the corner of the box, gets booted away by Hansen. Emma trying to get control in the center. Whistles are going to blow. Looks like that penalty. I think that was against the Lady Warriors Robertson. Oh, excuse me, that was actually, yeah, it was against Robertson. Just kidding. Worland from the far side. Landers heading from left to right on your screen today. Sullivan trying to get the ball on the side. That'll go out of bounds. Bringing that back in is Crippen. So what? Oh, you're good. It won't help with the window anyway. Lander's always a nice place to broadcast. They have one of the nicest press boxes. But today we have the windows open because it gets a little warm. But, you know, Wyoming just flexing the wind. It's got to do it. Toss in from the side with Worland. Gets a boot away. Nice movement by the Tigers. Goes forward and out. Sullivan from the football 40. It's going to get lobbed up into the air, into the center of the circle. Copeland chasing it down. Albie will meet up with it on the side of the box. Let it go past the end line. Keeper kick for Lander. .36 minutes and 9 seconds to go. Worland trying to get inside the danger zone. Lander not letting it happen. Nielsen heading forward through center circle. Meets up with Crippen, who gives it a boot back. It'll roll inside the penalty box, chased down by Kale, and out past the end line. I know I mentioned this earlier, but tonight is senior night. Of course, as a Lander alum, it's awesome to see a team grow throughout the season and follow them and then watch which ones graduate. So this is going to be exciting for me as well. We'll have that live right here on wyotoday.com. Chasing it out of bounds is Espinoza. Substitution coming in for Worland. That'll be Aguayo. Now keep in mind there are 2 Yaguayos, so we'll try to keep them straight, and they are both playing at the same time. A boot from Espinoza gets turned around by Lander. Sullivan tries to go forward, gets taken over by Worland. Ref with a great jumping split, and a nice swipe by Copeland. I got taken out from in front of Kylie Warren. Lander keeping the play fierce today. Sullivan downfield. Now Kessler's racing forward on the right. Gets in the middle. She'll try to give it a bop over to Getz. Gets swiped by the Worland Lady Warriors. Looks like there was a penalty. Taking the free kick is Robertson. Good turnaround move by Stauffenberg, sends it forward. Play in midfield will take it just past the circle, where Getz will try to keep control. Knock Hazel with a good move, sending the ball forward, kept in bounds by Getz. A lob over will meet the back of Logan Ewell, then sent out of bounds. Lander ball. This could be an opportunity for Lander to find that first point inside the net. Out on Worland, it'll bounce off the bleachers. Lander ball with Abby Copeland. Into Morton. Espinoza on the side. Sends it back out of bounds. A jumping boot forward. That came off of Robertson. Ball into Lander. Hansen will meet it in center circle. Sends forward to Sullivan. Sullivan over to Getz. Meets tough pressure by the Worland defense. Lytle gets a hold of it, turns it around, sends it back the other way. Gets met up with by Carly Ewell. Lytle will chest it. Gives it enough turnaround to get back in possession by the Lady Tigers. Morton downfield. Gets a boot from the 50 by Worland. Ends up with Stauffenberg. She'll send it left to Nielsen, making progress downfield. The elbow room from Lander would get a swipe for Worland. That went out of bounds off of Espinoza. Nielsen from the side. Tosses it into the football 10. That'll go inside the penalty box, gets lobbed out of bounds. Sideline seeing a lot of action today in this game. A lot of balls out on the Worland Warriors. Nice job by Morton chasing it down, putting heavy pressure on top of Espinoza. Morton trying to squeeze it by, ends up with Knockhazel. Gets forward to Sullivan. Worland able to get a foot on it. Some good time spent by the Lander Lady Tigers in the defensive third of the Worland Warriors. Ball's going to be out on Lander. Worland ball. Breaking out the binoculars here. Substitution. Worland has much smaller numbers on their jerseys. I believe that's number 20. Who will actually come in right away and boot it out past the end line. That is Nelly Aguayo. I believe she subbed in for her sister. My apologies for the scratching in your ears, folks. I got my binoculars caught on the microphone. I'll admit to it. Ball will roll out of bounds. Worland ball from the far side, just past the 50. Mia Copeland going to give it ahead, out past the sideline. 28 minutes, 55 seconds to go. Sitting zip to zip in this ball game so far. Evenly paced match, and last time these two teams faced off, it was 3-2, and this was at Worland's home turf. Directly following this game, there will be senior night. A head into the penalty box gets followed out by Seneca Kale. No good for the Worland Warriors. Directly following this part of the broadcast, after the ladies' match is done, there will be senior night here at LVHS, where I'm told they will honor both the varsity girls and boys seniors. I'm excited to see the turnout there. Lob on goal, inside and made by the Warriors, off of the foot of Yahaida Aguayo. That takes this ball game 1-0 against the Lady Tigers. Landers looking to get it back. They'll start off in center circle. We'll let our clock catch up in my my homemade clock here for this broadcast. Morton playing keep away, drops back to Hansen. Some back and forth, ends up over with Aguayo. A leg by Lytle will send it left. Copeland down the side. Met with a little too much power by Warren of the Worland Lady Warriors. Try saying that 5 times fast. It's going to be a goal kick for Lander. kicks out from Copeland. Booted out again by Worland, getting chased to the corner. Copeland will kick that out of bounds. Substitutions coming in for the Lady Warriors. Resetting our clock here a little bit. It's going to be a corner kick for Worland. They'll go just in front of the box and bounces in past two members of the Lady Tigers and Seneca Kale, who did a dive to the right of the goal. It's an ideal start for the Lady Warriors. Current score 2-0. Excuse me, I almost sneezed. 2-0 against the Lady Tigers with 26 minutes, 27 seconds left to go. Ball go out of bounds. Lander ball from the side with Knockhazel. Not giving up the energy. She's going to toss down, looking to meet up with Sullivan. Morton will take it from the side forward. I'll update the score here in just a second. Didn't want to miss any action for you. Out of bounds on Abby Copeland. In for the Lady Warriors is Yahaida Aguayo, excuse me. From the side is Espinoza. Ball back out on Lander. Warriors are going to take it from the side. Toss into Knockhazel. A boot by Lytle sends it to Morton. She'll give it a head. Lander looking to get it out of the defensive third. Knockhazel with a good block out. She'll send it to the 50. Worland's starting to up the pressure on the Lady Tigers. And just as quickly returned by Lander. Returning to the field is Kylie Warren. Crippen from the side with the toss. A swipe by Morton. Nice handiwork there. Knockhazel will send it forward. No one to meet it. Close to the penalty box. Argaris will send that out from the box. Keeper for Worland. She'll see some action again as she picks up the ball. Lets her team get set up, and she'll give it a boot to just before the center circle. A nice swipe by Whitney Hansen. Gets taken back just as quick by Peyton Arlenbaugh. Lander looking to make a stop. Goes out on Worland, brought back in by Mia Copeland. Whistles in favor of Lander. That kick will be taken out by Copeland as well. .23 minutes, 21 seconds to go. Current score 2-0. Lander looking to even that out as they move into the defensive third of Worland. Caught by Argaris. Argaris? I believe it's Argaris. That kick met up with Hansen, who turns it around. Wind's starting to pick up here at the stadium. Bilbo Stadium is sunny. Some interesting clouds over the mountain, but sunny nonetheless with some wind. Free kick for Worland's going to come from Taylor Simmons. Sullivan downfield. Gets able to keep a block on it. That was a swipe by Arlenbaugh. Hansen's going to get a touch on it, send it out past the sideline. Crippen from the side. Lytle's going to give it a boot. And that'll go out past the end line. Corner kick for Worland. Substitutions for Worland. Coming back to the field, we have Yahida Aguayo. I want to make sure I have the right sister. Trying to catch the other one that came in. And that is Carly Ewell. Corner kick is up. Lands just in front of the goal. Met up with by Copeland, but a return kick will send it into the upper part of the net, past Seneca Kale. I don't think there's anything she could do about that one. Right place, right time for the Worland Warriors. Takes this score 3-0 with 21:17 left to go. Sends down to Knockhazel. She'll tip it, and that'll roll out past the end line. Keeper kick for Worland. Kick goes out. Meets up with Hansen. Knockhazel will try to keep it in bounds. Ref says it's out past the line. Means Worland ball. Worland making plenty use of their substitutions. Back to the field, we see Carly Venable. Now that last name is familiar to me because in the boys' game, I believe there's also a Venable, possibly siblings, maybe relation of somehow. Good pressure by Sullivan, turned around by Yahida Aguayo. Kale will meet up with the ball inside the box. She'll give it a drop kick. Ball out of bounds, Lander ball. Believe they're going to be taking a water break, is I think what this is. On the warmer days where temperatures can be a little hotter, you have to respect a sport where they'll take a break and make sure everyone's hydrated and keeping healthy during this game. 19:44 left to go. You know, we're going to take a quick break and recognize some of our sponsors and come back with, I want to say 1.5 of play, the first half of the half. All right, we'll be back here on wyotoday.com, streaming live on both Facebook and YouTube.
When you're looking for a great deal on a new or used car or truck, think Fremont Toyota. Shop over 1,000 vehicles from 12 manufacturers you know and love. Plus, they give you their best price up front, so you can be sure you're getting the best deal possible. And their state-of-the-art service facilities and expert technicians come with their 1-year hassle-free maintenance plan with all new vehicles. Fremont Toyota, they're your friends and neighbors and proud to sponsor Lander Valley High School soccer. 103 Fremont Way in Lander. Visit FremontToyotaLander.com. Go Tigers!
Looking to get back in the game this year? Avoid the rush by scheduling sports physicals now with Lander Medical Clinic. Sports physicals start after May 1st and are an important part of youth wellness exams. Preventative health took a backseat to COVID this past year, and Lander Medical Clinic wants to get teens back in the door for their wellness and sports physicals. Schedule your child's wellness and sports physical exam in May, June, or July by calling 332-2941. Lander Medical Clinic.
I'm Sarah Penn. Go Tigers!
I'm Dr. Forbes. Go Tigers!
I'm Nate.
And I'm Billy.
Go Tigers!
We're back at Bill Bush Stadium. About 19:44 left to go in the first half of this match. Whistles will blow us back into action. Knock Hazel from the side. And whoop. I saved someone's invoice over here. So going forward is Lander first. That comes from the side. Sullivan at the side will boot that out. It's got to give you some energy, checking in with the coach on the side and getting some nice cool water, hopefully. Toss in from Copeland will go forward to Sullivan. She'll try to get us. Knock Hazel gets turned around by Worland and headed by Lytle. Lytle getting it over to Copeland. She'll meet it at the side. Send it forward and out past the sideline. Oh, no, it's okay. This is, I think, an invoice for Cyril. It was flying around. That's my one goal is today, to not lose any important paperwork in the press box. Worland moving forward. It's going to go in toward the goal. Too far left. Kale keeping her alert on high. About 18 minutes, 20 seconds to go. That's in the first half of play. The goal kick's going to come out from Abby Copeland. Lander ball. Taken in by Hansen. Gets on the side. He's trying to get control back. Looks like from Wagner of the Warriors. Promise I didn't try to sound like Dr. Seuss, but sometimes it's just how it is. Substitution for the Warriors. Coming into the game is Logan Yule. Not to be confused with Carly Yule, which is number 18, also on the field. Kick from inside the box. It's going to be taken by Wagner. Meeting at midfield was Hansen. Lander looking to get some scores on the board. Nielsen from the sideline. Return with a head from Stauffenberg. It'll go forward to Knock Hazel. Maneuver to Sullivan will get picked off by Worland. A nice high kick by Lytle. And by high kick, I don't mean the penalty kind. I mean, went high up into the sky and was able to clear a few of the Worland Warriors. A boot from Venable. We'll take it over to the sideline. Worland keeps it inbounds. A nice head by Stauffenberg sends it about 30 yards forward and returned again. That'll roll out past the end line. Lander ball. "15 minutes, 45 seconds to go. Substitution. It looks like someone from Worland may have an injury. We won't speculate on that one. Coming into the field, however, we do have Warren and Arlenbaugh returning to the turf. See, I like crowds that can be good sports, even when it's on the opposite team. Some claps taking one of the Worland Warriors back to the bench.